I I don't think I've ever seen a film that was more politically driven than this one. But it has many very important messages, and we're going to dive into all of that right here in my review of the new film 88. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the film 88, which made its world premiere at Tribeca Film Festival 2022. As far as a release date, I don't know. I haven't seen anything since. I know I'm late to this review, but I needed a little while to kind of prep for this one because one, at film festivals, you're only given a certain period of time to watch a film, time restrictions, or if you're in person, then you only possibly can see it once. And this was a film that just had so much depth to it that I just had to kind of sit back and just was kind of wild. So first off, I'm going to say that the film is fantastic. Performances up and down the board are good. Like Naturi Naughton's in this, Orlando Jones is in this, Brandon Victor Dixon, Michael J. Harney is in this. Like, performances up and down the board is good. So you're getting stellar acting, you're getting a super good message, and then the story just has a lot. And as somebody who doesn't really dabble into politics, that's where I think a lot of this was going over my head. But I just had to just kind of sit back and just understand the message that's happening in there. Now, shortly put, there's corruption inside of a presidential election. Folks donating to other folks' campaigns, and folks finding out the backstory to where these donations come from, and all sorts of this stuff. So, like, it's corruption inside of politics. Nothing you haven't heard before. But it's definitely a conversation that truly it sparks conversation. It's complete, and it's part of the narrative feature category, so that makes sense. But it certainly it's part of the viewpoints, category in Tribeca. But it certainly has a very big narrative aspect about it that people will sit around to talk about their beliefs about certain aspects of this film. Whether you agree or disagree with certain events that are happening, your political stance on it, the ramifications of these events that are happening, and obviously people are going to project their life into it, and I think that's why this one of the one of those films that you just kind of sit back, maybe 2 or 3 watches, to kind of understand, to be very open-minded about the messages that are being told, and maybe question some of your thoughts about stuff. So there's a lot of sorts of different things like that. I gotta say that, like, when it comes down to acting, Brandon, Victor Dixon, and Naturi as Femi and Maria Jackson, their relationship together on screen is organic as ever. It is stellar. It completely drives the film, and it also, in terms of just African American household, it also displays that sort of dynamic to the utmost authenticity. Like, you kind of sit in that room and you kind of understand that, like, you've either heard these conversations before, or like you kind of want to know, what does it mean to come home and kind of decompress with all these different things are happening in the world. It goes there, and that's what I appreciated about it, because I feel like this film did have a lot of thought. It is also by executive producer Charlemagne the God, which I should throw out there really quick. And I think that when it highlights the different aspects of politics, like the institutional racism and corruption all around this, I think that, like, it really makes you challenge what you think So, quickly put, a financial director from the Democratic Super PAC behind a frontrunner presidential candidate investigate donations uncovering a conspiracy. The synopsis is almost very underwhelming, but go into this understanding that it is going to explode in all different directions that you may not be ready for. So that's why it took me so long, because it just was a lot for me to kind of process with everything that was kind of happening. I do have appreciation for the craft of the film in terms of the production. I mean, it's an independent film, and I thought it was done really well. The director and writer are Iarmos, I believe how you say his name. He's from Nigerian descent. I think that we haven't seen his work since his film in 2010, Legacy, and now, he's back now with this political conspiracy thriller. It's absolutely worth a watch. It's just going to be a film that you want to watch multiple times because there's a lot of messages, a lot of knowledge to be taken from this. And again, it may potentially have you sitting back questioning things that you thought and assume was just okay when it really isn't. So I enjoyed this film. It took a while for me to get to it, but I did. And as I said, it was under the Viewpoints category, which made its world premiere at Tribeca Film Festival. But it absolutely embraces a strong narrative within it as well too. That I think that whatever category is in, it's definitely worth watching. Now we're on watch to see when this will get a release date for everybody to see. But when you do see it, check it out. Jump in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about it. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.
Dixon.